On in, guys. Let's get some jams going. Hell yeah. But yes, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to yet another TapDaddyBeats stream. Today we are going to be mixing down, ideally, 3 tracks. I've got 3 tracks picked out, and man, this is going to be kind of a dense stream. I think I'm gonna definitely have to lock in on these mixes, man. Real quick though, before we dive into it, guys, my new EP, Night Owl, has dropped. It is out. It's fucking sick, man. I love this. This is the title track we're listening to. It's the opener. It's a little 5-track EP. Definitely check it out if you're interested. It's a very experimental kind of EP. I fucking love it. But yeah, it just dropped on Friday. It's brand spanking new. It's about 1 week out, so. But anyways, well, I'm still like organizing my DAW. We're gonna have to like organize some of these samples as we go. But you know what's interesting? Something that I was playing around with. I had a little studio session the other day. I was playing around with the Splice plugin into the new Splice update for Ableton. Dude, I feel like this is cheating. Makes it super easy to sift through samples and just drag them in, but I don't know, I kind of enjoy just like digging on my own. I don't know. I'm probably gonna use this more though. It's very convenient, very useful for just like if you need like a little string melody or something, you know. Anyways though, we should dive into it. We're gonna be mixing down mostly tracks that, like the 2 tracks that I made last Saturday, plus 1 that I made the week before. All right. Anyways, let's put the kibosh on that, and let's start by listening through our this guy. First track that we're gonna be mixing down today. All right, so let me make sure I get all my screens up. Boop. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to give this our first listen through, and we're probably going to be turning this down in volume. Let me just preemptively see about where we're at. Oh, we might not even have to turn this down too much. What's up, Signature? How you doing, man? Oh, it's chilling. Man, you got here right at the beginning. We haven't even dove into this. Hell yeah. All right, let's give this our first listen through. Let's see kind of what shape we're in. Oh, man, got some hot coffee, too. Man, I'm ready to roll through this. So, already, I really like the fidelity of this track. I think maybe this kick, I want a little bit more punch on it. Let's see where we are with our max peak. All right, minus 1.82. That's not bad. We're still gonna want to turn everything down a little bit, cool it off before we really get into it. But yeah, sounds nice. Thank you, man. Yeah, I really love this track. I don't know. I like these. I don't know what you would call this vibe. It's like, very bluesy. I don't know. I recently released a pretty bluesy track called Day in the Life, and people really ate it up, man, and I was really enjoying it. This track kind of reminds me of that same vein. I don't know. I like the blues, man. Peak is out again. Minus 1.24. Cool. We'll turn this down by like 5 decibels. So, oh, and let's get rid of this MIDI track we're not using. Anything else we're not using? No, we're good. All right, we'll turn down everything. We'll leave our signal the same. This is our kick signal for sidechaining. I believe we did a decent amount of just light mix work while we were producing this, so we're in a pretty good spot. We're not going to try to overdo this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. All right. All right, starting from the beginning. We're mostly focused on just leveling and spacing at first, right? Start the most simple. I'm thinking this guitar slides to the left. It kind of moves around. Oh, yeah, we want to slip that off. This can go even further right, I think. And I think we kind of want this a little bit center, this sax. It's sitting a little bit right. Maybe we don't want it like dead center. I think really this one is for our beat stars, our rappers. We want to keep in mind that there's going to be a vocal in here, which sometimes entails like kind of shaving down some of these more like brass parts and whatnot. The thing about saxophone that's so tricky about working with artists is a saxophone kind of naturally sits around the same place where a human voice sits in the EQ range, right? And that's not like, like, whoa, we can't use saxophone. No, it's just we got to be a little bit creative and a little bit mindful about how we're prioritizing things. So we might set it a little bit more further down in the mix, and we might even filter it a little bit. We'll see. In fact, let's pull out a vinyl filter, and let's just see what that's feeling like. All right. Boy, I'm feeling locked in today. This is good. All right, and I see we've got this this reverb. I think we're going to put this filter before the reverb. Let's see how this feels. Yeah, much more minimal. Okay, there's like some kicks in here that are not hitting as hard as we want them to. Now, we don't want to highlight every kick and slam it to the roof because there are some like pickup kicks that we want to kind of remain the same. But let's go ahead and fix this for our entire drum section here. You can see we basically kept the same pattern. Like this guy. Come up, dude. This guy, it's okay that he's a little bit quieter, but it is a little bit weak. That needs to be strong. Now this guy, what are you doing down there, buddy? In fact, this guy can come down a little bit. Same with this guy. Yeah, good. Good. Let's replace this for all of these guys and all of these guys. And how does this pickup sound? Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that. And we are going to take all of this and just make sure that our signal reflects the changes in dynamics. So that's going to help with our side chaining. I kind of want like a little splash of room verb on these drums to make them feel a little bit more lively and defined. What am I looking for? Ooh, this is it. I love this reverb, lively, resonant. It just feels like an open studio space. Use it sparingly, you know. All right. I want to hear how these drums sound tape processed. I think that would add a little flavor of compression on these drums, kind of helping them sound fatter. And I think it would boost up that kick a little bit. I don't know. This tape processor I've been using has been doing wonderful things for low-end elements. Sometimes it comes at the expense of things feeling a little bit cut in the highs, though, and we're going to have to make a decision. But I want to hear this. I want to try this. Maybe we'll do this before the resonant. Ooh, yeah. You can really feel just like that little bit of compression is helping fatten up that kick. Right. So we've got we got our intro, which entails a lot of like what's going on in this verse section, pretty nicely squared away. We got our drums feeling good. I want to just make sure that every detail in here is pretty good before we move on to this bridge section. We're going to hear this back and just kind of, try to not look too deep in things and just try to listen, Feeling about this guy. Sometimes what I like to do on these, like for example, right here, and I'm kind of like, I like how it's sitting in the mix. Now I'm more focused on like flavor. How are we going to make this feel a little bit brighter and more vibrant? A small little trick that I like to do, and I would really warn you guys about, you can definitely shoot yourself in the foot doing this, okay? But just a splash of compression after that hall reverb right there sometimes can really help. It kind of like normalizes the volume between like the reverb tails and the saxophone itself just a little bit, right? We're trying to be a little bit sparing with this type of reverb, but it should help it kind of feel gelled together and hopefully make it feel slightly more lively is kind of my thought process here. So, and I thought this could probably come up anyways. Usually I gain stage again after we compress. I always re-level things, you know. I was kind of feeling like this could come up a smidge anyways, so it's a good time to re-level it anyways. But let's get the right amount of compression first. Okay, way too much. Okay, so it's those notes that are really the big guys. Yeah, not a whole lot. Woo, yeah. Nice. Now let's really think about loudness of this. Actually, you know, we did, so that compressor, it raised it a few decibels, and then we kind of brought the ceiling down a little bit. And I think we're gonna like bring this down a little bit. Flip the EQ up. It gets the highs up. Oh, are you talking about just kind of like boosting the highs on? Let's actually take a little peek at the EQ. So yeah, part of what's going on here is we've got this little vinyl filter, which kind of puts it mostly into this range between like 1,000 and I'd say like 6,000 hertz. Yeah, and so now we've got this reverb on the other side of this, so we are kind of having this tail kind of like leaning over the edge of it, you know? Let's get this like gain staged into place. It's 13. I think we want to set this kind of down. We'll hear this in context in the next part. This guy's gonna need to like come up a little bit. Oh, on the aux side. Oh, dude, yeah. I'm still learning this, by the way. So like, I really haven't gotten to really wrap my mind around much aside from these two knobs, you know? So yeah, we're talking about switching it from, let me like try to get a good look at what these are. So yeah, you're talking about this EQ switch, right? And we're going from NAB to CCIR. I'll have to look up later what those actually stand for, but let's hear the difference. Ooh, I see what you're saying, man. That really does. Okay, so I was like talking earlier about like, you know, we want to preserve this live feel. We want to introduce this live feel. And I was kind of worried about, you know, like we wanted this to work its magic mostly on that kick, right? And I was kind of like worried that I was going to like make it a little bit too low heavy. That actually solves the problem perfectly. I'm going to have to keep that in mind when I run into this issue in the future when I'm like trying to do drum processing. Thank you for that. And just to see like what these other knobs are doing, I see we have IPS. I assume that's kind of giving us like our tape reflect. I have no idea what this in-R does. I see it's on and off. I have no idea what that does, but I think I like how it sounds with it on better. Goddamn, nice. He's like, no worries. No, I'm glad you're, like, honestly, I feel like a lot of these things, it's like, I go through this cycle with all of my plugins where it's like, I'm figuring, I'm still on my learning curve about, like, how to really utilize them, you know? This one's definitely a new addition to my collection of plugins. I just got it, like, a month ago. Now, I do want to play around with, what does this sound like after the resonant if we change the order of these? I think it's a little bit unnatural feeling with the reverb being caught in that compression. We're going to keep this over here. Okay, and yeah, we need to bring this guy up a little bit. How can we make this glockenspiel fit a little bit more with this mix? It feels a little bit too clean. You know what we could do is we could use the same filter that we have on these saxophones, bring it over to this, and they might feel a little bit more connected if we do this. Okay, that's good. It does shave off some of the highs, but it's kind of making it less of this like really simple thing. Let's bring it up a little bit more. Does feel a little bit more put together that way. But yeah, Signature saying when EQ is set to NAB, the hum noise frequency is 60 hertz, the United States standard. Okay. NAB, also referred to as IEC2, was the American standard with its own unique sound. That's interesting. I feel like I need to research these more. God damn. You see, this is cool. I feel like it's details like these that I don't know. I guess I've been saying this whole time that I've been really enjoying this thing, like maybe a little bit more, or maybe more accurately, like a little bit differently than I enjoy plugins like RC20, you know. And I think the real difference is RC20, I think, is kind of a little bit more like sound design focused, you know, interested in creating like more like lo-fi effects on sounds that you're feeding it through. Whereas this feels a little bit more like it's got its eyes set on mixing and just like literally like a literal translation of like how tape sounds on things, you know. Really very simple, not like tons of controls on this plugin, but it does give things this really unique and interesting sort of like compression sort of feel to it. So slightly compressed, slightly saturated perhaps, but I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing, is it's like, it's not like doing anything crazy to the sound, but it's got this very like, I don't know, tight compressed sound, and it does really interesting things in the low end, I've noticed. Particularly, I really like how my kicks sound being run through this and how my basses sound, especially on the master. I've been really having fun with a little bit of this guy on the master. It's been good, man. right, this is sounding solid. I like this section. Okay, I feel like this string kind of gets up a little bit too high here. Yeah, let's really bring this down because it's a little bit more higher frequency. It's going to cut through the mix anyways, and it's not meant to be like a center of attention sort of detail. It's kind of transitionary, so we'll try to keep this pretty low key. Very good. Nice. But yeah, Signature says when EQ is set to CCIR, also known as IEC, the hum noise frequency is 50 hertz. The standard in Europe and other regions, CCIR, also known as IEC, is the EQ pre-emphasis made famous on British records. Okay, interesting. So so basically NAB is just American standard, and CCIR is the European and otherwise standard, basically. That's interesting. I feel like, yeah, this CCIR sounds so much brighter on these drums. I don't know. NAB feels like it's kind of like diminishing some of my high end here. Where this just feels like it's really letting a lot of that open sound that's coming from this, like, I don't know. It's just like you can really hear it on these snare hits. And in the hi-hats too, you can really hear that. That's crazy, man. I like it. All right, we're gonna start diving into this this bridge section. We got quite a few layers in here. We'll see how we pull this off. Nice. Okay, this guy, really we're going to be focusing, and I'm going to put these guys right next to each other because they very much relate to each other. This trumpet and this saxophone. So two things that I want to kind of keep in mind as we go into this section is, like, I'm not mixing this down for instrumental purposes. I'm mixing this down still for an artist to fit in here. And I'm kind of envisioning that an artist might be fitting in the center of this and maybe have some additional layers on the outside, right? A lot of times I feel like a good way to mix, if you don't have vocals, but you're like trying to kind of make a mix anticipating that there are going to be vocals on it. I just envision my mind like how I would mix this down if there were a vocalist on here, and if I was producing with that vocalist, like what kind of layers would I want that vocalist to be making? Where would we want to be putting that in that mix? I'm kind of envisioning like main vocal in center, saxophone on the left, trumpet on the right, and then on the outside of the saxophone and trumpet, we have room for a little bit of like harmonization layers. Would be kind of cool. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on how we would maybe pull this off. So this is off to the left, and that's just how this naturally sits. We might scoot this a little bit inwards, because it's like really out there. Yeah, we're like trying to set this like middle left, kind of 45 degrees out. That feels good. We're gonna set this back in the mix a little bit. This guy's gonna come off to the right a bit. This guy's also gonna come up a bit. We're gonna maybe actually set both of these back. Well, this guy could come up a little bit more closer to the saxophone first. Perfect. Nice. Hell yeah, man. Okay, now I think we're going to highlight both of these, and we're going to try to maybe just nudge them down a little bit. Again, you know, we don't want to detract from the artist. We're trying to think ahead like that. This is good. Bob James style. Oh, hell yeah, man. I take that as high praise. High praise. Bob James has a very specific sound. Gosh, it's gonna be good in the master, I think. You know, I feel like this mix has come out very nicely. Okay, I'm not sure about this ending though. We might need to figure out real quick a little fade out. Let's take another one of these. Let's bring back in this bass. Somewhere like this. Yeah, I think this is it. We just keep it a very stripped down version of the ensemble. We got rid of a lot of this detailing here. And we're just going to like let them ride out on just the Rhodes and the bass. That's cool. Let's actually kind of hear this put together. I want to actually hear this from the bridge section. We're going to kind of piece this all together. Let's intro into the bridge section. That phrase especially. Oh, I got you. Nice. Yeah, no, I hear it though. I hear it, dude. Man. There's something very special about like how really like, I don't know, 70s records sounded. I feel like in a nutshell, a lot of that it's kind of what I'm trying to emulate with a lot of this, which is funny. None of this was made like on None of this was made in any way that is similar to how stuff was recorded in the 70s. We're just kind of like trying to emulate things as best we can. Okay, we're gonna kind of make this a little bit more of a full sounding fade out. Roll this off nicely. Yeah. Here we go. 3 and 6, and we'll just kind of let it go from there. Nice. Okay. Now, I think that we can start on our master. Yeah, this should be pretty magical. Of course, I'm going to start out with a little bit of compression on the shadow hill. I'm going to try and not get too out of control because we're also going to bring in that oxide tape processor. I've been really enjoying how that feels on the master. Real quick, we didn't really get too in-depth in this mix. I just want to like poke my head around and see maybe if there's a little bit of extra EQing we can do before we get into the master. Anything that we can kind of cut away, make a little bit more, make this feel a little bit more full. Like we can see there's a little bit of low-end information here we might not need. Let's pull up this bass. Where's this bass? Here it is. There's not much we're going to be able to shave out of that. I mean, we could try to, I think the lowest note comes down about here, the lowest resonant. Yeah, that's the lowest resonant there. It'll offer a little bit of clarity down there. Guitar coming in at, and this vibraphone. Because these are pretty central to what's going on here. There's some low-end stuff down here we could be getting rid of. I usually don't like cutting everything, but some of these instruments, like, let's test this actually. Is there really a big difference between making this cut? Not really much of a big difference, but by removing some of those frequencies, we're going to have a little bit more clarity down here. Yeah, most tracks sound too clean these days. You're so right. I guess part of it also is just like we have too perfect of tools, you know? It's almost too easy for like everything to sound very clean. And so we kind of miss some of that like happenstance of like how things used to be recorded, right? I remember hearing, I don't know, just like one of the biggest difference of tape is more about like the process of how it's recorded, right? Where it's like, well, you know, we can't afford unlimited amounts of takes, right? And also, you know, trying to edit it all down, it's not like we're going to do a bunch of stuff in post. And so, like, the way musicians played on tape was like playing to the best of their abilities, but also, you know, you get a lot of takes that are like almost perfect, you know, rather than completely perfect. And I think with that, you know, music in a way kind of felt almost a bit more humanized, you know? It's like, I don't know. And that's not to say that you can't record in that same sort of way today, you know? And I think that, quite honestly, I think that this is like, I don't know, part of the appeal of why people look back on some of this equipment and kind of look back with fond eyes on, you know, some of these older ways of recording music. Sometimes it's not about having every bit of potential unlocked for you. Sometimes it's about kind of putting yourself in a box so that you kind of create music in a little bit of a different way. I don't know. I'm quite happy though with having control over everything, but you know, maybe my intention is sometimes to make stuff a little bit imperfect, a little bit more sloppy, and a little bit more grainy in a way, I guess. I think what's really fun is like my really how I got producing, you know, this type of music was I was chopping a bunch of vinyl, and as I got better at chopping vinyl, I wanted to lay down more instrumentation myself, right? And so one big bridge in doing so was that I had to find ways to make what I was laying down on the track sound at home alongside a lot of these 70s recordings, right? And so I think that kind of challenged my brain in the right sort of way, where I was like really trying to match texture and tonality with whatever the fuck I could do in my DAW, right? It's kind of fun. I don't know. But yeah, he says, yeah, track limitation was a key then. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt, man. Honestly, there's nothing else here that I'm like really wanting to. I was almost kind of thinking, so we did do a little bit of EQing here. We could, so this comes in like right a bit below 1000 hertz, like about 8,000 hertz. Where's this augmented? You can see the strongest resonate here is also kind of in that same spot. Or at least on that second note. We might be able to get a little bit of clarity. What if we came over here and we just like kind of turned up that Q? Sounding so clean. Nice. I like this. Okay. We'll keep this here. And you can kind of see this even helps us a little bit. Cool. All right. All right, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to move on to our master here. We'll enable sidechain. This is sounding good. Right, let's pull out our tape processor. Let's pull out Oxide. Now I'm really curious. Ooh, wait, that sounded cool. I want to try turning this EQ. Wow, that does preserve a lot of that high end. While still giving me everything in the low end that I'm really enjoying about this. We might turn back on this compression a little bit. Okay, that's sounding good. All right. I'm thinking we're going to pull out, and we got to do this pretty sparingly, but I do know that this is going to help make this feel very vibrant. We're going to do a little bit of Little Radiator. Tiny amount, though. I think we want to not overshoot this too much. We're going to turn off the noise. We got plenty of noise in this track. Let me turn this mix all the way down. We're going to try it out just medium heat here. See, it gets very colorful and warm. Like, that's so good. I'm curious how far I could push it. Let's bring it all the way down. Let's boost up this heat a little bit. dangerous here. I think this is about where I want to be at. Just a little A/B test. It's just a little bit extra vibrant, just colorful. Oh man, what have we been doing? We haven't done a save as yet. Just been working. Okay, we're gonna try to get our max peak value here. We'll go ahead and pull out our loudness meter, because we're gonna try to bring this up, and then we're gonna do our limiting. Yeah. It's good stuff, man. See, this is the kind of track where I'm always saying this, but I feel like the better job you do in the mix, like the easier time you're gonna have getting that master to sound immaculate. Ideally, mastering should be a very easy process. I think that was our max peak right there, minus 3.63. We'll let it ride though, just to make sure, double, triple check. God damn. So good. So yeah, minus 3.63. We're going to turn this up by 3.6, I believe. Just get it close to 0. 3.6. Okay. And we're going to slap a limiter down the other side just to catch anything that might go a little bit above, just to be safe here. All right. And let's see kind of where we're at. Also just hear this from the beginning. Bring our loudness meter all the way out to the right here. Make sure we're still vibing with it too. We're gonna have a decent way to go with the limiting, but that's all good. Yeah, that's the ticket. Hell yeah. Oh man. I'm really enjoying this track. I cannot wait to put this out. I love how lively these drums sound. That's something that I feel like is just, oh man, that's really sounding good. Okay, here's where we're gonna go a little crazy. Let's pull out Ozone. We'll let it do its thing, and we'll probably change everything. We'll see. Oops, wrong Ozone. I'm kind of expecting that we hit such a full sound here that it's not gonna do much to the EQ. We'll see. I hope, anyways. We'll see. All right, we'll bring it like over here. All right, little loudness warning. This might jump up in volume. All right, let's run it. Wow, that's kind of crazy. This does feel a little bit brighter and more lifted. In fact, I might let's take this guy. Let's put him more as like a band shelf. Kind of make him have a little bit of a wider spread here. Like this. Okay. Let's bring this back. Let's see where our LUFS is at. See if we're hitting about where we need to be. Because we're probably going to end up pulling back on this threshold here. I think we're kind of aiming for like minus 10.5 would be ideal. I'll take as low as like minus 11. We might be up there in the LUFS. Nice. Got there pretty easily. Okay, I'll take as high as minus 10, but nothing beyond that. I mean, I guess we could go minus 9.5. Really, my range that I've been trying to stick to is like between minus 9 and minus 11.5, but I've been kind of hitting on the lower end of that, you know? Dude, -10 on the dot? Fuck yeah. Dude, nice. Okay. Oh, we're keeping that. Okay, that is perfect. That is a job well done. Holy shit. Okay, let's save that. And we got 2 more that we're trying to hit today, so we'll dive into it. While that is saving, let me play for you guys. You know what? I'll play for you guys Special Offer. I feel like this is the sound that really kind of brought about this Night Owl EP. This is the EP that I just dropped on Friday. It's something that I've been working on for a while. Very experimental, kind of, I don't know, interesting stuff, interesting ideas on this one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you enjoy Special Offer, I'm sure you'll enjoy this project. I'll just drop a link for anybody that might be trying to check that out. Let me, boop, there we go. All right, I'll be 2 seconds. I'm going to go heat up some coffee, and I'll be right back. TapDaddyBeats. All right, I am back. Let's pause that and we will dive into our next beat. So, let's see. I think the next one that we're trying to do is song 1088. Let's make sure, double, triple check that this saved. Yes. Oh, no, it still thought might have something to save. Okay. 1088. We'll get that loading. All right, man. That was a good mix. It was a really quick and solid mix. We want to do that again on this next one. So, okay. Let's give this a listen through. Oh yeah, this was a pretty cool one. More road stuff. I like it. These drums are quite compressed, but I don't know, it's kind of a vibe. little bit over. Okay. Beautiful stuff. Oh, I like that a lot. All right, this will be a fun one. This will be a really good one. We got a max peak value of 0.83. Let's give ourselves some headroom to work with here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there we go. Now we got a little bit more than 6 decibels. Okay, so it is quieter. We're starting quiet, working our way up. So if you need to bring up your headphones, that is a-okay. That's what I'm doing. Now, I feel like just overall impressions of this mix, it sounds pretty decent. Like it has pretty good bones here, but there are certain elements here that feel pretty dry. Like this guitar, this piano, this saxophone. We might be able to do a little bit more with this. The drums feel a little bit overly compressed. I kind of feel like that's a bit of a vibe, though. I'm not sure. We might kind of keep that, lean into that. If anything, we might try to like boost some of that kick there. Yeah, let's just lock in. Let's just get through this. Let's see. So I'm just gonna pull out an EQ on this guy. Very mid-range. It's pretty neatly compacted in there. I always like to do these, sometimes I like to do my additive EQs a little bit separately from my subtractive EQs. Ooh, okay, nice. I think on this sax we want a little bit of compression to kind of like normalize from these very quiet parts of the tails of these notes. And these guys, we're going to do this very slightly. And I think we're going to do this a little bit, yeah, we're going to do this after the reverb. I feel like this just needs to kind of glue together and come out. Very slight, you know, we're not trying to like smash it. Try to bring that Really trying to, I know I'm kind of getting a little bit in the weeds with compression, but we're trying to focus really the simplest stuff first, just the leveling and spacing. Where is that delay? Okay, remove those little crackles. There we go. Let's also do a little save as before we get too deep into this. Save live set as mix v1. There we go. Yeah, and you guys only really ever see me do mix v1s on stream. I'd say maybe about 20-25% of the time I'm going back on these and doing a v2. Sometimes a v3 if it's something really important. But keep in mind, a lot of these are for beat stars, so I'm not like trying to dwell too much on these mixes. A lot of the times when I'm doing discography stuff, I get quite involved in them. It's kind of over a couple of sessions. I might do some discography stuff on stream sometime. We did a little bit of discography stuff a little while ago. I can't remember what I was... Oh, yeah, I was working on the Night Owl EP. That's what it was. It's fun stuff. I don't know. Let's take a look at this guitar a bit. Let's check the EQ on this. So it looks like it's about a 1000 hertz is where this... Yeah, that's where like the most important part of this saxophone is. So something we could do, I'm gonna just try this out. Create a little pocket around 1000. Of course, this is kind of in the middle of, you know, some of the most important stuff in this road, so we don't want to subtract too much. We want to keep this cue a little bit tight. These two sound very dry. This guy is just like so... We might try to put this guy in the right ear. We'll move this piano to the left. This guy's like 5 right. Yeah, this guy gets swapped. You know, this piano is like... It's so dry. This needs to be like a lot more background ambience kind of stuff. I'm also just curious, what would this sound like an octave up? An octave or 2 up? I don't know. We're going to try some stuff. So we're going to say... It might be better. Ooh, wait. Oh, this is way better. This is way better. This fits way better. Sounds better. We're gonna swap what side this is on. This is gonna fit a little bit like center left. Oh, that's good. Yeah, switching that EQ on this, I think that kind of helps those drums. I mean, this is kind of a track where it would be appropriate to have the NAB, I think. Because they're like these muted lo-fi drums. But let's make a decision here. We might leave it on NAB for this one. Also, let's kind of turn these drums down a bit. This trumpet section really takes up a lot. Let's try to set it further in the background. Remember, we're trying to fit in an artist in here somewhere. We're trying to not be so instrumental here, I suppose. String we'll put more left ear. Oh, that's good. Okay, now this is starting to feel a little bit out of place. I do think it's much better at this higher register, but we need this to gel with the track a little bit more. We've got like a lot of these like vinyled out details. I'm curious now that it's like so high, how would this vinyl feel on this piano? Would this make it feel a little bit more diminished? Yeah, and then we like set it further back in the mix. Oh yeah. It's maybe a little bit of compression on this too. Ooh, nice. Okay, we gotta figure out something that we're doing with this guitar. I want to try something a little bit experimental. Let's take out Echo Boy. And maybe we'll like play around with a little bit of tape reflect on this guitar. 30 IPS might be crazy. That's a little, it's too loose. The problem is like the echo time's a little bit too much. Let's just play around with this. So we kind of get this like phased feel on it almost if we play around with the IPS. That's kind of cool. And then we could kind of seal the deal with a little hall reverb. That might kind of wash this out in a good way. Ooh. Turning that down. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Goodness, man. We kind of have been flying through this. You know, I feel like I said this at the beginning of this mix, that I felt like this track had pretty good bones to it, you know, like decent mix to begin with, but what it was lacking was kind of flavor and color. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that with kind of, you know, dressing in more reverbs and, you know, definitely playing with some compression in here. Really a more careful attention to gain staging kind of helped just really trying to level everything in a way where it's sitting very nicely. You'll notice that overall, our max peak value kind of went down over time, you know. We were kind of more taking things down than we were bringing things up, which doesn't matter at all whether you like to bring things up or down. It's just sometimes I feel like when I'm setting things lower, I don't know, I'm kind of trying to bring things to a similar level, whereas when I'm bringing things up, I'm trying to bring things out of the mix. I'm trying to, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I feel like sometimes when I find myself like locking things in by setting them back in the mix, like kind of mindset wise in a better spot. But it doesn't really matter. It's however, you know, it's getting you the best sound. All right. I hear like a little bit of like, here, how big is this sample? Not big at all. There's a little bit of fuzz in here that I want to get rid of. That. So where's that? Let's do this. Not that. Here we go. Yeah. And then it's like over here we want to start fading. Okay. There we go. Okay, nice. Small attentions to detail. Start that fade a little bit further back. That guitar is a little bit much. It's a little bit too far right, I think, actually. Better, and we'll bring this down. We might even clamp down a little bit on that first resonant. Yeah, let's try something like this. Man, I think we're in a good spot with this mix. All right, let's start compressing on the master. This one came out really nicely. This is like a very nice low-key jazz hop sort of lo-fi track. I like it. Let's see. I think we can get away with some pretty heavy compression on this discrete. This almost makes me want to turn the drums down a little bit. Let's try it just 1 decibel down. Okay, and we'll pull out oxide. Yeah, We'll try it on that CCIRR. Keep it a little bit brighter. Yeah, going a little bit heavier on the compression here. All right, we're gonna pull out Little Radiator. Off this noise. Cool track. Thank you, man. Just been pecking away at this little lo-fi track. I like it. I like it. It's very like spacious and cool. I like tracks like these because I think it's kind of, entertaining instrumentally, but I think that you could definitely lay bars on this and feel really right at home here. Yeah, Little Radiator's putting in some work here. I like that. All right, let's bring this all the way back to the beginning. We'll get an accurate reading of our max peak value. Yeah, it's looking like our max peak is going to be minus 6.2. That's perfect. Well, we'll boost it by 6.2, and we'll probably just slap a limiter on the other side to catch anything that goes over. And then we'll start to try to do more limiting with our maximizer. All right, so yeah, let's pull out a utility. And this is where, yeah, this is going to start getting a lot louder, guys. So positive 6.2 decibels, boosting it. Oops, not 2, 6.2. There we go. And then we'll just grab a limiter just to catch anything that may go over on the other side. All right, perfect. And let's also pull out our loudness meter and just kind of see where our LUFS are. Really, on a track like this, I'm aiming for like minus 11.5 to minus 11-ish. We're trying to not go like super hard on this. So let's see how far we have left to go. It's probably going to be a decent amount. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a ways to go here. Hope we can pull it off, okay? Definitely have a ways to go. That's all good. That's okay though. So let's pull out Ozone. Zone 9 elements. What do we want to pull this in? Maybe like... Yeah, maybe over here will be a good section to run this. All right, this might jump up in volume. I'm just warning you guys. Little volume warning. Let's run this and see what it does here. Probably adjust it all, but whatever. Yikes. Yikes. That's fucked, man. That's absolutely fucked. That threshold did not know what it wanted to do. Might clamp down on this bass a little bit. Okay, I see it's trying to like go a little bit in the mid-range. And, you know, I think that we do have quite a bit of these roads and just... Something like this might be good. Sardine's like, it's perfect! How's it going, man? Alright, let's see how much we can bring this back. I think that's sounding pretty decent around there. I want to just get a feeling of where our LUFS is at, how far we have to go. We'll see. We'll see. This might be one of those tracks where we kind of struggle to get it up to like minus 11.5. I mean, it's got no bass in it. It's pretty barren, but we'll see. Gosh, I think that we need to go back a little bit on this threshold. Yeah, and I already can tell we're not going to hit our LUFs here. I think what I want to do is I want to pull out a limiter on the other side of this and kind of shove it a little bit further into the ceiling, not using that maximizer, but just a straight up limiter set to true peak. We'll see what we can do here. But yeah, is it kick and snare that are loud? See, we buried them so much, but I feel like they just have shot right through the mix. I think you're right. It's these kick and snare that's kind of killing us. Oh yeah, he says I'm all right, by the way. Hope you are as well. Thank you, man. We're getting some mixing done today. You know, we're doing things. Yeah, I think really it's like, man, and I think in general, like, okay, we might not need this boost on that kick. Yeah, let's bring those down. Let's turn off our chain, go back to the mix, and hear what this sounds like. Okay, very quiet, right? But in fact, okay, let's try something here. We're going to turn this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy off. And let's run it through, see where our max value is now that we've turned down these drums. And we'll have to maybe even turn these down a little bit more. Because yeah, you're totally right. It's that kick and snare that it's just like way out of control. No, it's a little bit too low. I think -12 will be a good spot for it. Yeah, I'm thinking see if you can clip kick and snare for some free headroom. That's actually a decent strategy. I want to try just leveling it better first. But I think the fallback is that we'll limit this in the mix and then go back to mastering if we can't get it to succeed. You're dead on about that. Let's bring this back to the beginning. And we're just trying to see what our max peak is. Because quite honestly, it's like if we have a big gap between, where our max peak is and how far we're trying to shove it into the ceiling, sometimes it gets tricky with your limiting. I like to get it pretty snug up to the ceiling before I start really messing with my limiters. This is a cool beat, though. I'm liking this. Just wrestling with it, We might even come down a little bit on these roads. It's so mid-range heavy. Maybe not so down on the roads, but -1 decibel. run it again, but I think we can come up like, it was at like minus 6.84, so we could, instead of minus 6.2, we can say minus 6.8. Alright. Getting there. Let's start reintroducing this. So now we're back up to full volume. We'll turn on this limiter. Then let's turn on our maximizer and our EQ. Whew, that's snappy. Yeah, sometimes you can use a clipper like K-Clip or just Ableton Saturator with a certain setting. I think it's digital clip. Yeah, I gotcha. You can literally save up to 10 decibels. Yeah, totally. I'm with you on that. This is the kind of track where you would do that. Let's see where we can get, though, with our current limiting setup. Oh yeah, this is gonna need a little bit of room. Of course, I think we can get away with a little bit more. Yeah, we are gonna need to clip. Okay. Yeah, you can use a clipper, or you can even just limit your drums. Sometimes I choose to do that, where I'll just like basically bring the ceiling down on this. Soft clip mode. It sounds pretty much the same. Here we go. What's up, Mars? How you doing, man? But yeah, Sardine says track is smooth. Thank you, man. It's just a lovely little lo-fi beat. I like it. Yeah, that dude. You see it? We're like saving so much here. Okay, let's go back to our master. Turn off all of this stuff, go back to basically where we're trying to set our, you know, how far up we're pushing this track. Okay. The drums are starting to sound kind of quiet though. I think we did like stage these down a little bit too far. Start bringing these up a bit. These strings could probably come down a smidge. There we go. Man. So it's tricky, I swear. Sometimes these lo-fi beats that are like the toughest to really get through. I know we're listening to this very quietly, but now when I hear this at full volume, it is like these drums need to be nice and on the ground. Okay. Alright, let's see what our max peak is here. I think we saved ourselves, like, we shaved probably like 3 decibels. Did I accidentally move that? Yeah, I did. Being silly. Yeah. Same, we can hear it, yeah. But ideally, when we get this back up to like full volume, this is gonna feel nice and balanced. And pretty unaltered, despite all of the limiting we did on the drums. Such a sad song. Why did she leave? Oh, it's so sad. Man, you know, my wife is a playlist curator. She's got this one playlist called After Dark that is a lot of like very moody kind of like jazz hop sort of stuff, you know? And dude, she has such a hard time finding music for it. You'd be surprised how many artists that make, you know, like lo-fi, jazz hop, chill hop kind of stuff, how many people are like uniformly all rainbows and ponies with their music, you know? And it's like, where's the dramatic stuff? Where's the sad, dramatic stuff that we need for our After Dark playlist? Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. It's harder than you would think to track down. Okay, minus 8.95. Let's literally set our... Yeah, let's literally set this guy to minus 8.95. Or to positive 8.95. And we've got a limiter on the other side of this that's going to catch anything that goes over. We're going to feed it into ozone. And then maybe we'll see if we need this limiter, but I almost am expecting that we will. Okay, wow, sorry, I should have warned you guys. Loud, okay? This is gonna be loud. We're bringing it back up. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, we're close. Let's see if we push it into this limiter a little bit. Might even bring this down to 1. All right, let's run this from the beginning. Try to get a LUFS value here. Woo! Yeah, the same thing happened to techno/house. It's all just beats now. Ah, fair enough, man. See how close we're gonna get. Our goal is minus 11.5. At least that. Yeah, I remember when it used to have deep emotion. See, I'm so far removed from like the techno house scene, but I do notice this about a lot of artists, is that some people get kind of cornered into one sort of sound or even just like one particular emotion. Personally, I feel like I couldn't, you know, I make really happy stuff. I make really sad stuff. I make really dramatic stuff. I make stuff that's like almost so wholesome it's cheesy, and that's like some of my favorite stuff, you know? I appreciate when a song/track takes me somewhere. Yeah, I feel you, man. That's the whole point of music, you know? Oh shit, guys, I think we did it. Minus 11.4? Yeah. Minus 11.5. That's right on the dot. That's sick. Let's save this and let's hear it one more time. Make sure we're happy with it. But yeah, Mars says, I think it's become a corporate conveyor belt. It's more about quantity than quality. I don't know. I would say, as somebody that is like on my game, you know, getting like audience and trying to put out my best discography, I'd say it's kind of, it still is about the best music possible, you know? Like, if your music sucks, it's not gonna perform. That's just like, and, you know, this is kind of contrary to, I think, what a lot of people think about, you know, modern day, like, music spaces, like Spotify, you know, with their algorithms. But the algorithms actually enforce this fact that if people aren't vibing with something, they're not gonna push it out. And contrary to that, if people are vibing with something, they're gonna push it out, you know? It's almost more like naturally done so, with the fact that there are algorithms in place designed by some really, really smart people that, like, yeah, you know, good shit's gonna get out. Now that said, I think that where you get some of the homogeny is where some of these algorithms start to kind of pigeonhole you as a listener into certain sounds, right? And so really it's more about, like, as diverse as your tastes are is what's going to be fed to you. And you kind of need to find your spaces where you're discovering new music, right? For me, I would say that's been like TikTok. I feel like I've found so much interesting music that's outside of what I listen to through TikTok for some reason. But I kind of understand what you mean by a corporate conveyor belt, but I would say that's less to do with the artist and more to do with how music is being fed to you. It becomes very homogenous because these algorithms are really good at detecting what you like, you know? So, I don't know, it's great for feeding you more of what you like, which is not a bad problem to have. It's just, yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes it can start to feel incredibly homogenous. And that's where, you know, you just gotta, I quite enjoy what I'm typically fed on, you know, platforms like Spotify and on TikTok as well, because, and I think the reason is because I do listen to a huge variety of stuff. I'm listening to 90s hip hop, I'm listening to jazz music, I'm listening to vaporwave, I'm listening to like some Detroit shit, you know, every once in a while, like maybe some Plug and B, some like, you know, kind of more goofy beats and shit like that. So like I've got a really, really weird and diverse range of stuff that I'm constantly like thumbing through that is kind of, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of preventing myself from being pigeonholed just naturally by how much variety I incorporate in my listening habits, right? It's something to think about, though. I think, like, at the end of the day, I will say, and I think that this is so contrary to what people think, something to keep in mind is, like, these algorithms, no matter what platform you're thinking of, they are designed to entertain you to the fullest potential that they're fucking capable of, because they do not want you leaving their app, you know, for better or for worse. And also, you know, some of the smartest people in the fucking world are working on these algorithms that are curating your experience. Like, the people that are designing Spotify's algorithms are some of the smartest fucking people on the planet. And I say this as somebody that worked in software, okay? You do not get those jobs unless if you are like top of your field. If you're the guy that's really like influencing how this shit gets curated to you, you probably have a PhD in like algorithms and how this stuff is done. So I actually say through that sort of lens of like the smartest fucking people in the world are irresponsible for getting your music out to people. I am a pretty firm believer in the idea that you have to be on your game and you have to be genuinely converting audiences to your music. But the moment that you get the right audience in front of the right music, oh my God, shit starts to explode for you. This is why people go viral, like stupid viral, more viral than it was possible in 2012, right? We have these tools that blow shit up, right? And I think that it's two sides of the coin, though, because I think Mars is absolutely correct, though, in this kind of idea that because it gets so curated, it feels homogenous. It feels almost overly placated to your experience. It feels like a corporate conveyor belt, right? But I do see that as an issue, as like of some of these curations. I think that they need to maybe shift some of their focus from sending you exactly to what they have scientifically measured that you want, and more so trying to test you in front of new material here and there, which I think TikTok actually does pretty well. And that's why I find TikTok to be a pretty good music discovery platform, because TikTok's pretty good about, like, to a T, figuring out who you are as a person, but then also showing you enough new material to allow you and your personality to grow and evolve and develop new tastes, right? It's kind of weird, but quite honestly, though, I think that sometimes we look back in time with rose-tinted lenses and think of this time, this magical time when these algorithms did not dictate our experience. And quite honestly, I think that in reality, it was much, much harder to really discover music before even, like, I don't know. I feel like for me, when YouTube became a thing, because I remember a time before YouTube was a website, I was so interested in metal music, but I had no idea how to get my foot in the door to finding these obscure, like, death metal bands as a fucking 8th grader, right? But, as soon as YouTube came out, I found, like, 1 or 2 bands, and I was recommended through YouTube's algorithms several other bands. And that's how I discovered a lot of music, right? It's really interesting to think about. I think it was really difficult beforehand, but I think maybe what also changed is you cherished the music that you enjoyed so much beforehand because it felt more scarce. It felt like a much smaller world back then, So I don't know. Yeah. I see Mars saying, I don't know. It seems like a lot of pigeonholing too. I think that's a valid criticism. Yeah, and he's like, oh, you like this artist? Maybe you'll like these. No, dude, these suck. Yeah, fair enough. They're not always right about it. Yeah, Signature is saying it's like a sausage machine. Yeah, it's like, here's a bunch of guts that we think you'll like, I don't mind checking out artists I haven't heard before, but I do have my own opinion. That's fair. Exactly, man. And I think also, I don't know, I feel like I'm very mindful about how I move about, scrolling TikTok and how I engage with Spotify, I like a lot of interesting things. Anytime I like something, I save it on Spotify. I listen to it. If I like it a week later, I keep it on my liked playlist. If I don't like it a week later, I remove it. I try to use this stuff pretty naturally. And like I said, I'm constantly listening to jazz hop, straight up jazz music, 90s hip hop, more modern stuff, some plugs, some trap, some Detroit, listening to some vaporwave, listening to random like 80s R&B, and I think that by having that sort of like really well-rounded, like, I'm you can't put me in a one category. I belong to about 7, right? In what I like to listen to. I think maybe that's helped me in a way in terms of like these algorithms actually being enjoyable for me rather than, like pigeonholing me into like, you just like chill hop music, don't you? Although chill hop fucking, I don't know. Spotify can't get that right. Spotify will recommend you the most boring, basic ass, commercial ass chill hop music if you indicate to it that you like chill hop. But that's just my opinion, Yeah. It's like 5-minute candy, but nothing gets stuck in my mind. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. It's an interesting conversation. Anyways, we got one more that we're trying to hit here. Let's save this. And I'm going to go heat up a little bit of coffee, and then we really got to lock in for this next one. So yeah, let's do it. I'm going to play for you guys. Let's see. Something off of my new EP, Night Owl. Again, if you're trying to catch it, it just dropped this Friday. This is an experimental project that I've been working on for a little minute. I hope you guys enjoy it. Here's the link for anybody that wants to check it out. I'm going to play for you guys this really interesting track off of this one called Pinnacle. Some of you guys might have remembered me like mixing this down on stream not too long ago. So anyways, I'll be right back. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy Pinnacle. Okay, we're back. Let's start loading this last project. We gotta really move on this. We got about 40 minutes to mix and master this. I don't know if we'll get it done in time. We'll see. We'll definitely try. 1086 is what we are looking for. Fuck, I might just have to look this up. Let's waste no time. Open live set. But yeah, yep, coffee time. Absolutely signature. So Dean's saying, yeah, true. I think that's why I'm having trouble listening to lo-fi. A lot of it does not even sound like hip-hop. Yeah, dude, I get you on that. Look, I I like a very particular vein of like lo-fi music and chill hop and jazz hop and stuff that I think is like, quite honestly, I think my wife did a really good job of pinpointing exactly. It's stuff that sounds like my music, quite honestly. It's just stuff that has a lot more meat and potatoes than like lo-fi girl level of lo-fi, right? Not a huge fan of like lo-fi girl. I think that's like the most commercial version of like lo-fi music, right? No shade to lo-fi girl. I mean, they've accomplished quite a bit and honestly kind of established that very commercial-esque level of lo-fi. But yeah, I find it incredibly boring. I don't really listen to that kind of music. But like my wife finds some really interesting artists. I think one of my favorite is this guy named Kaleido. You'll find him all over my wife's After Dark playlist. And oh my God, he has such beautiful stuff. Like there's this one song on there called In the Roses, and it's probably my favorite song off that playlist. And it's just like, oh, good God, man. It's so good. I don't know. It's very hard to find stuff like that, though. All right, let's hear this. We got lock in. Mix this down. Crate Cuts is commercial, but it's decent. Okay, interesting. Might have to check that out. Yeah, if you guys have any recommendation for stuff that's like my music, or I don't know how familiar you guys are with like, I don't know, any of the stuff I've been talking about. But if you got recommendations, we're always looking for more. Have you heard of the news? NI became insolvent? No, I didn't hear that. I thought I saw some Weaver Beats video about Native Instruments, but I didn't click on it. What does that mean, insolvent? Also, let's go ahead and turn this down. It's 2.71. We'll turn it down by like 3. But yeah, what the fuck does that mean? And what does that mean for me that has complete control and all of that? 5. All right. God, that's kind of crazy news. Like, is Native Instruments shutting down? I wonder what that means for everybody that uses Machine. It means they're bankrupt and being acquired by other companies. Oh, good God. Do we know yet who's acquiring them? It's possible they don't sell. Okay. Jesus, that's kind of fucked. Quite honestly, I've kind of moved on from Native Instruments, though. I was really not a fan of this A61 Complete Control. I don't know, it's just not my favorite kind of MIDI keyboard. Complete Control had some pretty cool stuff. Quite honestly, though, if I'm getting another MIDI device, I'll probably go get one from Arturia. I've been really loving everything Arturia lately. But that's just sad. That's sad news. I've been a pretty big Native Instruments fan for some time. All right, we gotta dive into this. These drums feel very dry. Where is... Okay. Nice. We got a nice reverb on this rim click. Now let's get decent room reverb on these drums. We'll go for that lively resonant. Oh, this feels so much better. But yeah, same. I love Arturia. Hell yeah. But yeah, they did too little for their customer base. Fair enough, man. Yeah. That's just sad news, man. Man, I feel like it's just occurring to me that there's probably never going to be another machine made then. I'm hoping maybe everything Native Instruments will be really stupid cheap here soon then. I don't know. Maybe. I could upgrade my complete control for like nothing. That'd be interesting. Okay, I'm liking how these drums are sounding. Let's compress. Or actually, let's pull out oxide on this space. Yes. And then we are going to do a little bit of extra compression after that. Perfect, yeah. That feels nice. Want this needle kind of floating. There we go. But yeah, what's up, Dash from the past? It's like, let me hop on a beat. I'm an artist. Yo, check out my BeatStars, dude. Here, there's like 500 of my beats you can download, man. Let me pull this up. Yeah, TapDaddyBeats.beatstars.com. I got so much shit on here for you, dude. There you go. This beat that we're mixing down right now is going to be up here shortly enough. Sound like Kendrick Lamar? Oh man, I probably got some good stuff for you. I feel like Kendrick Lamar is kind of one of those artists that he's quite diverse with the kind of beats that he rhymes. Like it could be some soulful boom bap, it could be some like some Memphis shit, it could be, you know, anything from DJ Mustard to Flying Lotus. I don't know, you'll have to let me know if you find some stuff for the free. So I do free non-profit downloads. You're welcome to download anything off my BeatStars. If you do want to like, you know, get it up on platforms and stuff, I've got pretty decent deals on my licensing. So if you wanted to snag a lease, I've got them like as cheap as like $20. So but yeah, whatever's clever, man. I also host ciphers on Twitch too if you want to come rhyme with us. I give away beats on Twitch. It's fun. Okay, let's see where we're going with this. We really lifted a lot of this with compression. So yeah, we got this vibraphone we need to bring up. I think we're gonna kind of make this little lead counter, this vibraphone, we're gonna kind of slide it off to the left ear. Where is it naturally sitting though? pretty center. There we go. But yeah, just wanted to post on YouTube. Hey, if it's not monetized, then I don't care, man. It's all good. It's really more like if you distribute your stuff, then I expect you to buy a license. But other than that, it's all good, dude. Yeah. Hey, thanks. Who was that just subscribed? I appreciate you, Kid-1. Thanks so much. But yeah. If I make money off it, I'll give it to you. Oh, you're good, dude. Like, quite honestly, most people aren't even monetized on YouTube, and if that's the case, then I don't care. You know, if you are making money, that's cool. I've got licensing that's super cheap, and then you can keep all your money. You know, like if you are making money, I want you to keep it so that you can make more money and buy more beats. You know. Right. Ooh, let's check out this flute. Okay, yeah, this kind of stuff we're gonna run through an FET compressor. Let me full screen this. I don't know why I got you guys out of the screen here. Yeah, here we go. This is slick. Lift that ratio a bit. Man, this is a chill beat. Alright, let's bring it back to the beginning. Forget what this guy was. That's like this pluck thing that's really buried. This is like, this definitely needs to come up. I think we're gonna swap what side this is sitting on. Let's pull out our utility and just swap the right and the left. See, we're just flying through this mix. Just trying to get it halfway decent for all the rappers on BeatStars. Here we go. Ooh, this is slick. What are we doing with this? Okay, I feel like we got things spaced pretty nicely here. Woo! Nice little string, but I think we're gonna try to sync this a little bit back into the background. Like, let's see, right here. I even go even further. Oh yeah, we got this guitar. This guy could definitely come up. And we're probably gonna compress this guy too. This is another one that we're gonna run through the FET compressor. Here, 1176. Okay, that feels a little bit janky and awkward. Let's fix some of these notes here. See, it's like, it's not going all the way. Let's bring that note down. Not that far down. There we go. Hell yeah. Let's see. I'll mind that one kind of stopping short. We'll just turn that down a bit. But yeah, Mars says, it might be cool if Native Instruments can't sell off the hardware side. That means Machine can go public domain. You think it'll go public domain? And users can make their own software for it? I mean, that would be slick, but it really depends. You know, somebody might snap. I have a feeling, you know, some company's going to want to buy it. I don't know, man. But I'd see where your mind's at. I certainly hope so. Extend that out. Nice. Now let's sync this back. Off a little bit to the left. Put it even further back. This is good, man. All right, let's replace this other section with that. Yeah, Mars says, I'm doubtful. I think it's more likely the hardware would be acquired, so another company can buy the copyrights. Yeah, probably. God, let's hope it's not a dog shit company. We need to do a little save as on this. Oh, can bury the copyrights. Ah, that's what you're saying. Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen, man. I just hope it's not going to be some dog shit company that, like, Machine is now a subscription service, you know? That would suck. Most likely it would be someone like Akai or Yamaha. Ooh, if Akai bought it. Because Akai and Native Instruments have been like direct competitors when it comes to the top samplers, you know. And then you've got, you know, some spin-offs like fucking, what's the college engineer, teenage engineering or whatever it's called. Yeah, those guys are also like pretty popular, I guess, for samplers, but it really is like, has been for the longest time, Machine versus MPC. That'd be interesting if Akai acquired it. Possibly Reason. Oh, I didn't think about Reason. No, it'd be terrible, dude, because you would lack choice. Yeah, you're right. Monopolies are not a good thing. Okay, this has actually come together pretty nicely. Let's kind of run it back. See if we're satisfied. God, would force everyone to buy only their product. Yeah, they might just buy it to bury it. I see what you were saying by bury the copyright. Let's compress this guy a little bit as well. Nice. I think I'm satisfied with this, and we got about 20 minutes to move on to the mastering, so we can do this. Wow, we really flew through this one. It was a pretty easy one. Like, this was already locked in with the production of it, so some nice quick mixes today. Getting plenty for the beat stars. But yeah, TE too expensive for what it is. Oh yeah, Teenage Engineering. Yeah, no, totally, man. I'm totally with you. I would never buy any Teenage Engineering product because, like, not only is it super expensive, I've seen their hardware just like fall apart on people. I don't know. That sampler that they recently released that everybody's buying up. I've seen like so many issues with like the knob like not working, and like I don't know, man. It just doesn't look like built to last, you know what I mean? Like MPCs to me feel indestructible. Like I've had this thing for 8 years now or something like that. I don't know, something crazy. 7 years, I don't know, and it works like a charm. I don't know, man. Yeah, Teenage Engineering just is like stupid expensive. I feel like it's kind of one of those hardwares that it's like for the aesthetic, you know? Teenage Engineering products always look like toys to me. Yeah. That's what I view them as, is very expensive toys. Pull up the ratio. Nice and compressed here. And then here's where we really work our magic. Let's get oxide on here. Do a little bit of tape compression. Ooh, I like how this feels on this bass. But yeah. Schubert, the great marketers. You're totally right, man. Yeah, I see Mars is saying that's true. There are a lot of babies in the music industry. Mars, you're gonna piss off all the Teenage Engineering fanboys. No, but that's a fact, though. They aren't really good at their marketing. Man, I remember I was curious once because I saw everybody using the, what's it called? The OP1 or whatever. And, like, I was like, oh, that looks nifty. Like, if I'm trying to find, like, a, you know, maybe a travel MIDI or something like that. Looks like a fun little device. I looked it up. It's like fucking $1,700. I'm like, I'd pay like $200 at most for that shit. I don't know. That's like way too much, man. Yeah. He's like, let them cry. They'll take a nap and feel better after. Somebody's probably watching this VOD, like a big Teenage Engineering fans, just like, what the fuck, man? I don't know, man. Maybe I just sound like a brokey to them. I'm just like too fucking broke to appreciate the genius of Teenage Engineering. Where are we at with our... Okay. All right, let's get Little Radiator out here. Ooh, this feels fat. Yeah, signature's like, I'll stick with my Casio. VL tone. Hell yeah, man. No doubt, man. Oh, this feels nice and fat and satisfying. Hell yeah, I like this. Let's get our max peak volume and we'll start limiting. This track kind of reminds me of this EP that I dropped like a couple years ago called Saud. It was something that I dropped right when I got back from Portugal. Went to Portugal on my honeymoon. And it was bomb, dude. It was just like, I dropped an EP of just like some lovely ass vibes. It was good. Made me happy. Oh, we need to make sure our fade out is nice and curvy here. But yeah, it looks like our max peak is -3, so we could just boost this by 3, I think. Cool, let's do it. 3. Nice. Okay, Let's fix this fade out though. All right, we'll say -1, -3, -6, and we'll let the rest roll off. Okay. Very nice, man. Slap a limiter on the other side of this to catch whatever might be trying to escape. And then let's find the section we want to probably like this section. Or this section. God, this beat feels so fat. I love it. All right, let's hope we don't destroy this with all of our limiting. We'll see. All right, we're going to run this. This might jump up in volume. Just warning you guys, a little volume warning. Let's find out what it's going to do, and then we'll probably fix it all. Oh, wait, I have this on the wrong shit. What am I doing? I jump back to my master. What the hell? Okay, here we go. For realsies this time. Don't think we'll be getting any sponsorship. Fuck them. Hey, if they want to send me some free hardware, I'll sing praises about them, but I don't know. Nah, even then, it's like, I don't know, review stuff. Ooh, I like this. I like what it did here. Just a little notch down over here, a little lift over here. That's... I think about right. I want to check our LUFS here. We might adjust the threshold though. But yeah, now I realized though, because I did have a company send something to me for review, and I really had to like, you know, think about like, oh God, am I gonna be a review guy? Like, what the fuck? You know, and it made me like really realize like I gotta start off on the right foot, right? Which is being very objective about my if a company is sending me anything, whether they're paying me sponsorship or, you know, sending me hardware, I got to be objective as fuck because, you know, don't want to be setting the precedent that I'm just like out here going to blow smoke up everybody's ass the moment that they send me something for free. But I don't know if you guys remember, I was like, I got sent this little thing from Sonido, and this is like a cheap ass, it's like a super cheap ass MIDI, right? I definitely had some critiques about this, you know. Like the action on these keys kind of suck. Oh, especially on the drum pads. These drum pads are terrible, right? But it was a $100 device, which I felt was pretty nifty for a little travel device. So that was kind of my review, right? Was like dynamic range on these keys is not that great. The drum pads kind of suck, but also how much are you really going to criticize a $100 little travel MIDI like this? I mean, you know, you get what you pay for, right? And it was good. It was good. And, you know, the company was even just glad that they were like, you know, I'm glad you mentioned the price. I was a little bit harsh on them, but they were pretty satisfied with my review of their product, and they let me keep that, which was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Just like, you kill me. Yeah, Mars is saying, I don't want to be recognized as a critic, but there are some things that need to be discussed in the artist community. No, I got you, man. Yeah, he says, when I say artist community, that means AI, because they're artists too, really. I feel like sometimes I am really harsh on people that are playing around with AI. I don't know. I've got more so critiques of like AI companies, really. Like, until they can fit in the landscape of copyright law, I do kind of have a bone to pick with them, because my music is getting used to train their algorithms, right? And then these people are showing up, in our playlist submissions, like, please, can we be on your playlist? And it's like, dude, this is stuff that is trained on my music that you're trying to compete with my music on my playlist. What? Make it make sense. So, I've tried to keep, like, our playlists are AI free. We don't accept AI music. I'm trying to be not so outwardly spiteful, though, of people that use AI, because I recognize a lot of people do. And, I don't know what the norm is going to be like 10 years from now. I just know that I would rather be sampling artists is kind of, so that's how I make music. But I also don't want to be the messiah that's like telling everybody how to make their music, right? But I do find it really annoying when people pop into a music feedback stream with AI music, and I'm like, what do you want me to say about it? Like, there's nothing that you can do to this music. Like, I can't give you mixing advice. It's not stemmed out, it's not, like, I don't know. But yeah, Mars says, yeah, music artists are misrepresented globally, and their product isn't respected. We have to take it back. Yeah, I feel like what I'm really interested in, just in terms of like, I don't know, just one thing I've always been really focused on, and something that consumes a lot of my mind when it comes to like the music business space is I want regulation on royalty payout. Like, there has to be the equivalent of a minimum wage, basically, that these companies, these streaming companies, are required to pay us per stream, right? Now, I'm not saying that everybody that makes music should make a living, but it feels like every single year our royalty rate gets cut and it's out of our control. And I don't think that should be legal. I think that should be regulated, There has to be a minimum wage, basically. Like, creators, and this goes beyond music, I think just creators in general, there has to be some sort of regulation of, like, if a company is profiting X amount of money off of somebody's art or their content, they should be required by law to pay out X amount of that revenue to the artist, right? Like, I think that should be built into law. But it's so convoluted, man. And, unfortunately, America is really run on lobbyists and whoever has the most money. That tech companies, I guess, have more money than record labels, and so it kind of swings the way of, like, Spotify beats out record labels when it comes to Congress, right? I don't know, man. That to me is the good fight. That's what I'm like, I don't know, something that I've always been kind of paying attention to. All right. Let's finish out this master. We got to be finishing up here. I got to Yulin. Alright, let's see. Exactly, a flat fee to license. A flat fee to license, unless it's a movie or commercial, that would be residual. Yeah, sync licensing is its own thing, man. It's become the norm. Talent buyouts have become the norm. Residuals have been going away. Man, we're hitting good on this mix. Let's see where it loves hit. Dude, this is so fat. I love it. We might even try to pull back on this threshold a little bit, get it closer to minus 10.5. We're already like over time though. That's so good. Let's just pull back a little bit on this. Oh, that's so fat. Okay, let's run this, and I think this is good. Let's save this. Get a LUFS measurement. I think we'll call it there. Damn. Slick beat, man. Yeah, I think we're gonna hit close to 10.5. That's good. All right. Man. Damn, we really hit all three beats. It's loud, yeah. Minus 10.6 LUFS, that's pretty decent. Minus 10.5. Oh, I think we hit it spot on. Dude, nice. All right, well, shit. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. we got 3 beats mixed today. That is awesome. Oh man, thank you Mars for hanging out. Thank you Signature, Sardine. Good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in. Dash from the past. Who else did we have here? I think that was everybody, right? And everybody else who's been watching. I appreciate our lurkers as well. Thank you guys so much for just watching me mix some beats. This was fun. We're going to be making beats on Saturday. Definitely swing through. I do Saturday morning cookup, so a little earlier streaming time. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there. So, all right. Until next time, happy mixing, happy producing. I will see you guys then. Peace out.